For Anderson, the arrival marked the end of nearly 7 years in captivity. For the hospital, it marked the end of an era.
Well, I think we really had a sense of relief that we finally had all of our hostages out of Lebanon. We're very happy that there are no more American hostages left in Lebanon.
The medical center examined 6 former hostages in less than 4 months. Many of the staff members said it was exciting to welcome freed captives, but for others it meant more. Some were assigned to a special security detail in the center's Freedom Hall, where the former hostages stayed. They said it made them think about the hostages' ordeal.
I was in the service when they were captured, but it was so long ago that y'all forget about it until now when, you know, they come back through, and boy, that's a long time ago, and I just wouldn't want to pay the price they paid.
With the former hostages gone, the focus is now on inactivating the hospital. It will shrink during the next 18 months until it closes and converts to contingency status in the fall of 1993.
That's going to be a major challenge, but I expect that our people will react to that challenge and do things with class, just like we've taken care of the hostages, just like we've taken care of the Afghan refugees, just like we've done everything else in the past.
Terry Anderson's release ended the hospital's hostage repatriation mission. But the people here say it's a mission that won't be forgotten, even after the doors close for good. From Wiesbaden, Germany, this is Airman Bill Schnorr reporting.
The soldier who was killed yesterday at the Higgins building in Frankfurt has been identified as Specialist Dina Kundich. Kundich, a voice interpreter linguist, was assigned to Alpha Company 302nd MI Battalion. She was survived by her husband and parents. A memorial service has been scheduled for 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon in the Abrams Central Chapel. Cause of her death will be determined by an autopsy, and the accident is still under investigation. Duisburg Air Base has received a new F-15 to go with the 6 jets the base is getting over the next year. Air Force Sergeant Eric Whitmore reports the new F-15 is being received better by the maintenance squadron these days than the fighter squadron.
The new F-15 arrived from the States and was given to the maintenance folks for Aircraft Battle Damage Repair, or ABDR. ABDR is a collection of repair techniques that allow maintenance airmen to fix a jet in combat situations. The unusual thing about this jet is that it's an F-15. In the past, Duisburg maintainers worked on F-105s and F-4s, and the ABDR program manager, Master Sergeant Robert Blanco, said they had to simulate actual repairs.
We were very excited here at Duisburg, as well as other people in USAFE, to learn that we were going to get an actual 15 to provide us with the training that we actually require.
With the new jet, maintainers can sharpen their AVDR skills on a real F-15, increasing the realism of combat operations. The jet will be used for ABDR during combined exercises, but in the meantime, it's being used for training on a variety of tasks, including missile loading. From Duisburg Air Base, the Netherlands, Air Force Sergeant Eric Whitmore, AFN News.
There's many different events to mark the 50th anniversary of World War II this year, but in Northern Ireland, a permanent center of World War II memorabilia is keeping the memories of their contribution alive all year long. Fifth Corps' Terry Schwartz has the story of Langford Lodge.
It may have been 50 years ago at the start of World War II that the sound of B-17 bombers could be heard over the Northern Ireland countryside. Today, through the work of Trudy Watson and David Ash, the spirit and history of World War II in Northern Ireland is being kept alive at a former Army Air Corps base, now known as the Station 597 Langford Lodge Wartime Center.
We really want to show how war affected the people of Northern Ireland. As I say, there was no conscription here, therefore everyone was a volunteer. Therefore every death maybe meant more. We also want to show the humour, because when you look back, you're looking back on your youth, of course, when everything is, you know, full of fizz and good fun. So we want to show that aspect too.
The museum exhibits contain personal memorabilia donated to the center from veterans of the Royal and American Forces, their families, and local citizens who are also subject to the constant bombing raids.
But also, we have a very moving, I think, section on the Blitz in Belfast. The Blitz cells, in fact, because there are 3 of them. And the thing that people don't usually realise, if you talk about a very bad Blitz, they think Coventry, England. But our figures of loss of life terrible ruination of ordinary homes as well as factories and things compares in a similar way with Coventry. So that's a section that I think particularly the younger generation should see.
Reporting from Station 597 Langford Lodge Wartime Center in Crumlin, Northern Ireland, this is Specialist Terry Schwartz with TV5 for AFN News.
All this week, the United States Army Europe Public Affairs Office is taking a look at the city of Berlin. Well, tonight, Deborah Fowler reports Berlin has many more opportunities to take advantage of since the wall came tumbling down.
Berlin is more crowded these days and prices are higher, but the city that viewed Americans as protectors is still a great place to visit, according to U.S. soldiers here. First Lieutenant Robert T. Stites and First Lieutenant Robert Stewart are with the Berlin Brigade.
There's just so much to do here. You never run out of things. I could do a different social event or a different cultural activity every day the entire time I'm here and still not run out of things to do.
All the history in Berlin has kind of opened up to us now that the wall has come down. The east is open to us now, and that's a really good change. Business seems to be on the upswing. There's a big influx of people coming in, and it adds a big variety.
U.S. military ID card holders travel free on public transportation, and Berlin officials and citizens say the city welcomes Americans. German citizen Susanna Brandt has lived in Berlin for 4 years.
Most Berliners really like the Americans because they know what they've done for their city and that they kept it free, and they like them, and usually they treat them pretty good.
According to Berlin Senator Peter Radunsky, German-American relations have been good since World War II.
Insofar it is a success story that we overcame all the Cold War we have around us. The love story is that the Americans came to Berlin as the winners of World War II, and they ended as friends in our city.
Many Germans and Americans in Berlin agree that when the Berlin Brigade leaves the city, it will be with good feelings and pleasant memories on both parts. In Berlin, with the U.S. Army Europe Public Affairs Office, Deborah Fowler reporting for AFN News.
Weather is next with Tech Sergeant Robert Rios, and getting close to the holiday here. Any chance of a white Christmas at all?
Well, Jim, I guess it's always nice to see a little snow, especially just before Christmas. Some of us may see some snow over this coming weekend, but by this time next week, the pattern is changing.
Randy Cross.
Every 2 years, one Nuremberg girl makes her childhood dream come true. She is chosen to represent Nuremberg as the Christkind. The Christkind visits hospitals, nursing homes, and serves as an ambassador for the city of Nuremberg. 16-year-old Andrea Bieg is the 12th girl to hold the honorary post.
Why did you want to be the Christkind?
I like Christmas and visiting and talking to old people and children. I like to open the Christkindlesmarket and represent the city of Nuremberg.
Andrea hopes someday to study photography or medicine, and she believes that this experience will help her tremendously.
Ja, ich denke auf jeden Fall. Es ist eine ganz tolle Erfahrung.
Yes, I think so. It is a great experience to meet many different people and to learn something about giving an interview on radio and TV.
Was dazugehört, zum Beispiel auch Fernsehaufnahmen oder Radio oder so, das kennenzulernen.
But the highlight of her stint as the Christkind is opening the world's oldest Christkindless market. She officially declares the beginning of the Christmas season for the city of Nuremberg by welcoming old and young to her Christmas market.
With the winter season upon us and Christmas just a few days away, it's hard not to think of bratwurst, Lebkuchen, and the fresh smell of Glühwein. All these things and more can be found at the Christkindlesmarkt in Nuremberg. The Nuremberg Christmas market is the oldest and most famous in Germany. It dates back to the early 17th century when a woman brought a basket to a Nuremberg lady, and on the bottom was inscribed, "For Christmas Market." That basket is now in the Germanic National Museum in Nuremberg and dates the first Christmas market to the year 1628. The Christmas market is held every year at the Hauptmarkt in front of the Frauenkirchen in Nuremberg. It's taken place every year since 1628, only interrupted by World War II, resumed after the war in 1948. Last year, an estimated record crowd of 3 million people attended the Christmas market.